Every token a transformer generates has to look back at all the tokens before it, and to do that quickly, models cache their keys and values. But that key value cache grows huge, eating memory and capping how long your context can be. Tensor Product Attention, or TPA, shrinks it dramatically by storing keys and values as tiny factorized pieces. In this video, why the KV cache hurts, what TPA is, how it works, how it compares to MLA and GQA, the headline numbers, and when to reach for it. Start with the pain. During generation, a model reuses the keys and values of every previous token instead of recomputing them, so it stores them in a KV cache. That cache scales with sequence length times the number of heads times their dimension. For long contexts, it can dwarf the model's own weights, and it becomes the memory wall that limits batch size and context length. Earlier tricks like multi-query and grouped query attention shrink it by sharing keys and values across heads, but they trade away some quality to do it. Tensor Product Attention takes a different route. Introduced in a 2025 paper titled Tensor Product Attention is all you need. It factorizes each token's query, key, and value into a sum of tensor products, a few small component vectors multiplied by a few scalar coefficients. Instead of caching full keys and values, you cache only these compact factors and rebuild the full vectors on the fly. Crucially, the factorization is contextual. It depends on the token itself, not a fixed shortcut shared across heads. Let's walk the flow for a single token. First, its hidden state is projected, but instead of producing a full key and value, it produces a small set of component vectors plus matching scalar coefficients. Those tiny factors, not the full vectors, are what get written to the cache. When attention runs, the full keys and values are reconstructed on the fly by taking the tensor product of the factors. Because so little is stored, the cache shrinks by an order of magnitude while quality holds. Now the internals. The full key for head is a sum of a few rank 1 pieces. Each piece is one component vector scaled by one coefficient, and you add them up. Because both parts are generated from the token, the decomposition is contextual, unlike static weight sharing. And here is the clever bit. Rotary position embeddings are applied directly to the component vectors before caching, so position information is baked in cleanly, and the reconstructed keys stay fully RoPD compatible. So how does it compare to MLA, DeepSeek's multi-head latent attention? MLA compresses keys and values into a shared low-rank latent space, which is powerful, but it does not play nicely with rotary embeddings and needs an awkward workaround. TPA instead factorizes the activations dynamically, per token, and stays fully compatible with RoPD, while cutting the cache even further. The catch, MLA can be retrofitted onto existing models, whereas a TPA model is trained from scratch. Here's the family tree. Plain multi-head attention caches a full key and value for every head, the most memory-hungry. Multi-query shares one key-value pair across all heads. Grouped query shares them within groups, the common middle ground today. MLA compresses into a latent space. TPA goes furthest, caching only small contextual factors. Each step down this ladder trades a little architecture complexity for a lot less memory. And here's the headline result. In the paper, TPA reduces inference time KV cache size by roughly 10 times or more compared with standard multi-head attention. And it does this without sacrificing quality. The Tensor Product Attention Transformer, called T6, matches or beats MHA, MQA, GQA, and ML on perplexity and on a broad range of benchmarks. Smaller cache and better scores at the same time. Where does this shine? Long context and memory-bound serving. Because the cache is so small, you can push far longer sequences under the same memory budget, or pack many more sequences into a batch for higher throughput. It suits teams pre-training a fresh model who want efficiency built in from the start, and any setting where GPU memory, not compute, is the real bottleneck. The work was highlighted as a spotlight at NeurIPS 2025. In code, the authors released T6 as a drop-in attention module you can swap into a transformer block. Conceptually, the key projection no longer outputs a full key, it outputs component vectors and coefficients, and the attention layer reconstructs keys and values from them at runtime. The public implementation lives in the Tensor DT6 repository, so you can train a model with TPA attention today rather than build it from scratch yourself. So, when should you reach for it? Choose TPA when memory is your ceiling, when you need very long context, and when you are training a model from scratch and can bake it in. Think twice when you just want to shrink an existing pre-trained model without retraining. There, ML retrofits or plain grouped query attention are simpler. And if your context is short and memory is not tight, standard attention is perfectly fine. Quick recap. The KV cache is the memory wall of long context transformers. TPA factorizes each token's query, key, and value into small contextual pieces, caches only those, and rebuilds the full vectors on the fly. It stays fully RoPE compatible, cuts the cache by 10 times or more, and matches or beats MHA, GQA, and MLA on quality. The trade-off is that you train the T6 model from scratch. That's Tensor Product Attention. Fold the keys and values into tiny contextual factors, cache the factors, and rebuild on demand for a 10 times smaller memory footprint with no loss in quality. Did this make TPA click? Follow for plain English Gen AI breakdowns.